Hello. Okay, so let us start. PN junction. You cannot. Acha, share screen. Kanishal, please allow me to share the screen.
Sir, I'm making you the host for that.
Okay, okay, fine. Do that. Okay. So the experiment is the forward bias PN junction diode. Both as for. So we have seen that the VI characteristics of a PN junction diode is like this. This is called the threshold voltage or cut-in voltage. And after that, it follows an equation like e to the power of V by eta Vt minus 1. Okay. And the simulation, the experimental setup is like this. We have a diode. This is a resistor to limit the current. And okay, thank you. Yes, yes, now it is fine. Um, Please allow me to share the screen, then I can continue. Okay. There was a network issue, unfortunately. Okay, so this is our circuit. This is a diode. This is a voltage source whose magnitude I can control. Here there is an ammeter and a voltmeter. So we need to plot the V and I. So let us start. Let us read the instruction once. Set DC voltage to 0.2 volt. Select the diode, select the resistor. Okay, the voltmeter is placed parallel to silicon diode and ammeter is series with the resistor as expected. The positive side battery is the P side anode and the N side cathode. So this is obvious. Then we vary the voltage and note the current. Okay, and let us plot the graph. So we choose the diode. We choose this one 1N4007 because this is the most, by far the most popular silicon diode. Okay, so we choose this diode and we see that the cut-in voltage is 0.6 volt at given here, right? So as told in the instruction, let us set the DC voltage to 0.2 volt and the resistance say okay 1k, okay, close to 1k. Okay, right. So for VDC 0.2 volt, we see the voltage across diode is 0 volt. 0.2. And the current is 0 amps. Then this should be 0.2. Why it is not? Then we gradually increase the voltage and see how it is changed. It's forward bias, right? See, as soon as I increase this VDC to 0.7, you can see that some current has started to flow. Let us increase this 0.9. See, the current has increased. Can anybody tell me why is the need for this resistance? What would have been the problem if you hadn't placed this resistance? Can you tell me on chat? Why do we need the resistance? Where is the chat option? What is the purpose of this resistance? What would have happened if we ignored the resistance? Breakdown will happen, but Amit, this is in forward bias. So how can you say breakdown? Breakdown is reverse bias. More current will flow. So what is the problem? Yes, more current will flow. What is the problem? No, actually, the voltmeter has got very high resistance. Okay, so even if a high amount of current is flowing, hardly anything will flow through the voltmeter. Yes, the diode will be destroyed. The diode can handle a maximum amount of power dissipation. If more power dissipated, the diode will be destroyed. So in order to prevent the diode from getting destroyed, we have to really control the amount of current flowing through it. That is the reason why the resistors have been put. Okay. So whenever you design a circuit, please remember to put a resistance in series with a forward bias diode. Otherwise, if the voltage is high enough, a large amount of current will flow and the diode will get destroyed. The same happens for LEDs also. Often in digital classes, you will see later semesters, digital circuits. Often we have to show LEDs to say that one person raised hand. Let me find that person. Okay, Mritika, you can. I request Kanish to unmute you, and or I am the host. Where can I find you? Okay, you can ask your question here in the chat also. If you have a question, then ask it on the chat. Because I cannot find you here. Okay, let me, but I cannot find her. Okay, if you have a question, you can ask in the chat because I cannot seem to find her actually. That's the issue. Thumbnail video. Ah, here I can find, I believe. I cannot find the person who raised hands. I saw someone. Okay, just wait. Let me make Kanishka the host. Okay, so anybody raising hands or a question, Kanishka can unmute. Okay. So the reason why I
Sir, I think she might have mistakenly raised her hand. This happens sometimes in Zoom.
Okay, fine, no problem. Sir, why we need to do this experiment? I mean, what is the need work of this experiment? Okay. See, you have studied a diode, and one of the purpose of studying it is that you are able to design circuits using diodes. And I think I have shown you some examples of circuits with diodes like rectifiers, clipper, clampers, and you will see many more in the course of your studies. For example, you will study amplitude modulation circuits, the radios. Now it is not found much, but once it was very popular, amplitude modulation radios. There to demodulate, you need a diode. A basic diode circuit is required to demodulate AM. So you will see a lot of diode circuits in your course. So in order to understand those diode circuits, you need a thorough understanding of how a diode works. And to verify, to understand how a diode works, ideally you should be making these circuits on a breadboard and check, but since it is not possible due to this pandemic, so we have to, what to say, improvise. So our aim of the experiment is to verify, to understand and verify a diode characteristics, the VI characteristics, so that we can use it to understand our diode circuits. Okay. Okay, so now we can carry on with our experiment. We increase the DC voltage without varying resistance. Okay, and we see that the current is gradually increasing. We have to go on till 5 volts. So let us do that. 1.5, 2, 2.5. Note that the current is in milliamps. Okay. 3, 3.5, 4. Also note that the voltage across this diode, it is not exceeding much. 4.5. All the other remaining voltage is dropping across the resistor. 5. So we have taken different values. Now we need to plot it. You can see the plot. Okay. So see, up to this cutting voltage, there was hardly any increase in current. After that, there is a rapid exponential increase of current. So this is the aim of our experiment. Had this been an ideal diode, the curve would have been like this. Can you tell me that had this been an ideal diode, how the curve would have looked like? Now this type of questions may be asked in Viva. This is a silicon diode, okay? So the curve is like this. What would have happened if I replace the silicon diode with ideal diode? How will the curve look like? Anybody? You understand the question? Had this been an ideal diode, how would this curve look like? Will it be a straight line? Will it be exponential? Linear? Which type of linear? Like this type of linear? Line passing through origin, line following y-axis. Line will pass through origin and no point is sending me message privately. It is visible to all. And the line following y-axis is like this. Do you mean line like this? It should be a what? So this type of questions you can expect in Viva, okay? Vertical line. Which type of vertical line? Like this, like this, like this, like this. Which type of vertical line? A perfect conductor. But that is not a curve. It will be a vertical line, but like this. This is a vertical line, this is a vertical line, this is a vertical line, this is a vertical line. How to tell in chat? That's a good question. Okay. Okay, Amit, I am giving you two options. Option one is like this one. And option two is like this one. Which one? Straight line. This way you want to say? This way you want to say? Option one, yes. Very good. It will be like this. It will simply superimpose the y-axis. Okay. Why? This line will simply superimpose the y-axis. Why? Okay, your answer is correct, but why do you think it will be like that? Let me draw it for you to avoid confusion. Just one second. For ideal diode, this is V, this is I. The curve will be like this. I couldn't draw it properly, but it will be over the y-axis. But why? Yes, for ideal, the V diode is 0. Okay. So for all values of I, the V diode would be 0. So it will be follow the y-axis. Right? So now if you have exactly, that's the right answer. So only the current will rise, this voltage will not rise. Very good. Okay, any other question you have? You can ask on chat. Any other question? Regarding the experiment, you should practice it because I might tell you to do the experiment in the exam. I will give you the link and you will have to screen share and do the experiment. It is not necessary to use this diode only. You are free to choose any diode from here and do the experiment. As a matter of fact, at home you should try. This diode is mostly used, not always, mostly used because it has a very high value of PIV. It can withstand a very high value of reverse voltage. So with any circuit, you can just put the diode and like 1 kV. So unlikely that you will face more than 1 kV in electronic circuits. Okay. Yes, of course. That's I wrote. I clearly mentioned that, right? All the Viva question will be regarding the lab experiments. Yes, yes. PIV high voltage use করে. Actually, this has a PIV of I think 50 volts. You can check for the experiment, and this has 1 kV, and the price is more or less the same. So why should I go for this? I will go for this. That will give me more safety. Hmm? Actually, you can always study Millman and Boylsted as books. But for Viva, it is more practicing experiments, and you have this facility. You can practice any experiment at any time. Virtual lab. In normal cases, you cannot do that. You do not have a lab at home. But in virtual lab, you can practice any experiment anytime and how many times you wish. Hmm? Anything else? Any other experiment you want to practice? Do? BJT, right? So let me check the BJT one. Basic electronics. List of experiments. Which one? This one or this one? Zener diode. Decide one. Tell me which one you want to do. Decide among those two. BJT common emitter. Fine. So let us try that. Output one we do. That's some more popular. And it is slow or what? What happened? It is slow. Okay. Hmm. So what is the output characteristics of BJT? We discussed many times in the theory class. What do we plot? And with respect to what? So tell me, can you help Dibbojyoti with the problem? He has raised a good question. We plot IC. Very good. With respect to what? Yes, we plot IC. You are absolutely right, Saivaraj. With respect to what? IE. Not IE. Not IE. And not VCB. This is common emitter. IB. Very good. IB and VB. Good. So this is our circuit. Clear canvas. IC is in this direction, IB is in this direction, and IE is in this direction. This is RB, this is RC, this is VC. This is my setup, and I am plotting IC as a function of IB and VCE. Yes, I plan to post on YouTube. So let us check with the setup on the virtual lab. This is similar. They have got not user resistance. This is similar. We do not need this VBE. We do not need this VBE for the output characteristics. We need IB, IC, and VC. Okay. So let us revise the things. Initially set rheostat RH1 to 1 ohms and rheostat RH2 to 1 ohms. Set base current to be 15 microamps, adjusting RH1. Vary collector meter voltage is varied by RH2. Note the reading and plot. Very good. So let us make this both 1. Perfect. Now make RH1 such that IB is 15 microamps. Okay, let's do that. IB is in microamps. Okay, note those distance. So this is almost 15, 14.92. Next, what they are suggesting? They are suggesting to vary VC and note the collector current. Okay. The 0.5 at the table. One at the table. Oh, I can do it this way. 1.5. What? I change it this way. 2. Note that the current is not increasing as much as it was increasing previously. See? See now? The current has almost become constant.
So this class will end within 5 minutes.
Okay, don't worry. Let us plot this. See? This way. And actually, the output characteristic curves looks like this. These are for given values of IB, IB1, IB2, IB3, IB4. This is IC. This is VCE. Right? This we have discussed in theory class. Why this curve is like this? And 3 minutes. Okay, so I am stopping the class. And I request Kanish to start another one. And this time Orkodip will record. Okay. Thank you.